Alrighty, rock and roll. I've been toying with the idea of moving the old AU. It's been sitting around for about 5 years actually. I use it once in a while, but not very often actually. It's only when the BA's give me trouble. But it's time for a tidy up. I'm gonna just, yes, here we go. So I had to go into CHEMZ, said I want to give it a birthday, and we got a bunch of products here to play with, and you know, see how we go. So I've got CHEMZ Penetrate. This is a whacker product, it really is. I love that nozzle actually. This is for getting stuff undone that doesn't want to be undone. It is really good. Good on the hammer. What else we got? We got Rapid Brake Cleaner. I'm gonna hook in, I'm gonna do new brake pads as well, and do that. Grease eater, so time for a tidy up. And then I've got the old CHEMZ Glass Cleaner. Awesome product, really is. Cool as. What do we got in the corner here? Easy Shine, make it pretty when we're finished. And I'm going to do my rotors. I'm going to tidy up my brake rotors. So I've got some CHEMZ Zinc Matte Black. I'm going to give that a crack and yeah, tidy up my rotors because they've just sort of got a little rusty on, you know, the inside gets rusty and so on. So I'm going to tidy that up. And then I'm going to try something different actually. CHEMZ Lano Shield. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Lanolin. I'm going to use that to try and stop my alley wheels from corroding with watermarks and stuff like that. And yeah, this is neat actually. Yeah, it's just like cheap. So we'll see how we go. So I'm going to hook into it and have a big tidy up session. Watch this space. Alrighty, so I've got this damn sticker that I stuck on here, and I should have used the old CHEMZ label strip to pull it off, but I didn't. I just tried to get it off and I've made a mess. So this is wicked, eh? I've used this so much for everything actually, inside the house and everywhere. It's cool. CHEMZ label strip, you just spray it on, let it soak in and then peel it off. It just takes away that adhesive and stuff like that. It's bloody good actually. Just gonna hit that, walk away, let it sink in. And then we'll just peel it off. Bloody awesome. Alrighty, let it sit for a few minutes here. It says 3 or 4, so we'll give it that. And there we go, look at that. Look at it. This stuff is good, mate. It really is. So easy. I've been using it on everything lately. Look at that. Boom, baby. Not bad, eh? Good old CHEMZ, mate. This stuff rocks, eh? Alrighty, so this thing's been sitting around for about 5 years, eh? I've been dragging out every now and again just to give it a run up and down the road and, you know, make sure things still run around. And yeah, it's kind of, you get the old rust effect, you know, everything's just been sitting around for so long, so I managed to get all my bolts undone with the old CHEMZ Penetrate. This is an awesome product, eh? It really is. I use it on your bolts. I noticed with its competitor, you just, it's almost like your bolts get soft, the threads get soft. It's just something I noticed. And, but this doesn't do that. It's really cool, man. And I'm quite amazed how well this works. Really am. It's wicked actually for getting all this off. Like these were rock hot, solid, you know. So it's managed to get everything moving again. But I'm gonna give this thing a bit of a birthday. It's a cool car. It really is a cool car. I love driving it. It's really neat. It's one of the best cornering cars I've ever had, to be honest. And it's still factory. It's unbelievable. It is a wicked car. So I'm gonna hit it with a CHEMZ Zinc, the matte black, and tidy it up and just, yeah, make it look presentable. Because honestly, it's been sitting around in the shed for years and years, so it just doesn't look pretty anymore, you know. So we'll see how we go, eh? I'm hoping this looks good. Rock and roll. Alrighty. I'm back on the other side, and I noticed the slides haven't quite been sliding. I've trashed an inside pad, but I was chucking new pads on anyway and giving it a tidy up. So good old CHEMZ again, eh? Wicked products they really have. This is the Rapid Brake Cleaner, so I'm going to clean all this stuff up and get these slides working. I'm going to pull this apart and get all that working again. And yeah. We'll have a paint up session. Make it look cool. But man, pretty stoked with the CHEMZ products, eh? They're bloody awesome, to be honest, eh? They really are. Luckily nothing's really greasy, it's just dusty and It's really dry in the shed down there. So it's really just a tidy up session, and I'll grease this up and paint these, and we'll start getting it back together. Cool. Well, okay, so I've done both sides actually. I've cleaned up the slides wickedly actually, and soaked down the holes there with the old CHEMZ brake cleaner. Wicked. I actually soaked it for a while actually. This stuff evaporates wickedly, eh? It's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic because it leaves everything nice. Like I can grease those now and they're going to be perfect actually. Well, that's really cool. And I thought I'd give them a tidy up with some paint as well. So because it evaporates, you can just spray it on, give it a decent wipe, get all the rubbish off, and I'm pretty much good to go. Like, I'm not really going to have to wait long at all before I actually paint that again. So this is really cool. This is cool. This is actually going to come up really nice. Stoked. So we're into it. Rock and roll. The things you do, eh? Just fussy, I guess. It's worth it. It's going to look cool when I'm done. Alrighty. So we're getting the back looking pretty, we got to do the fronts as well, otherwise it's going to look naff. So I'll rip these off as well. We might as well get these tidy. I mean, a little surface rust on those, eh? It's a shame. So we'll get it looking tidy again. It's going to take this pressure off so we can... Oh, that's tight. Really tight. Cool. That back up. Surprisingly, not very big brakes. I mean, look at the state of them compared to the BA. The BA's got the big ones. But it's never worried me. This thing's out of a car. It really is. That's a bit easier than trying to wrench. Like comparison-wise, the actual caliper is quite small, but it's never worried me, this thing. It just corners so well that I've never had a situation where I thought, geez, I wish I had bigger brakes. And I run really good pads. I don't run race pads. I run pads that can handle stopping when they're cold and stopping when they're hot. So if you think Targa, that's kind of, it's just my opinion, but I reckon that's what you want on the road. Because if you're doing long straights and you're flying along and you come to a corner, you want your pads to work when they're cold anyway, you know. Unless you're going to keep touching your foot on the brake pedal all the time, which we don't do. You know, so you can get like big long straights, say you're ripping down, I don't know, desert road or something like that, and then you get into the windies. And if you're running race pads, you hit those first windies, honestly you're not going to really have any brakes. They're going to be there, but they're not going to be any good. And I think a lot of people get confused on that. They think race pads are better. But they're not if you just drive on the main road, the open roads. So you really want pads that can do cold and hot. And that's what I run. It's a street performance type pad or a Targa type pad. BDX Ultimates or DBA street performance. That's what I've got this time to go on. Because then you get the best of both worlds. You can stop when you're cold, like this country road up here. Wickedly windy. So if I went down the driveway and ripped down the road straight away, thinking I was going to stop, and if I had race pads, I wouldn't be stopping. It would just end in a mess. I'm not a big fan for race pads unless you're on the race track, you know, and you're warming them up and getting them hot to be sticky. Otherwise, they're no good for you. But yeah, how's that? A little bit of rust going on there from sitting around, so I'm going to spray some rust colour on that, and then I'm going to hit it with the CHEMZ and make them pretty. And we'll pretty those up while we're here. Cool. Love them. These are DBAs. Nice. I like DBA stuff, I really do. It's cool. Rock and roll. Right. Let's go and have a clean up. Alrighty, good old CHEMZ brake cleaner. It's awesome. I love the CHEMZ products, I really do. So I'll get a little spray out, get them clean. I'll also punch those pads out. The pads are actually okay, but I'm going to replace them. I'm here doing it, so I'm going to do it. They can go. They can go. I'll have a tidy up session. This will be tidy up. We'll give those a paint. And there you go. And in the morning, we can chuck all this back together. And we'll be good to go. Rocking. Things you do for the hell of it, eh? Rock and roll. Look how quick that dries, eh? So I can pretty much paint that straight away. A quick little sand up and away we go. Cool, eh? Excellent. So that's good to go. I'll give those slides a bit of a tidy up as well. Give those a good go. Those are clean. Good old CHEMZ. Good stuff. I like it. Cool, rock and roll. Alrighty, I'm going to improvise here. All I've done is I've grabbed an old pizza box. Alright, chuck my rotor on. I'm going to mark my circle. Around there. Because I don't want to spray my rotor. And that should give me my circle. Done. Get that out. A little wider. Look at that. Beautiful. Rock and roll. Get your old CHEMZ ink. It's like an instant tidy up. Let's see that. That actually, I'll put that over it. I'll spray away. I don't really want to spray in here because that's where your wheel sits, and the paint could crush. So I don't really want to do that. How's that? That's cool. Sweet. Look at that. Done. I can take it off. No, wait. I'll scratch it. I'll make another one. Cool. Alright, so I'll do the other side. So there she goes. She's all clean and tidy and looking pretty again. So, all bled up. I chucked another. I always get 2 bottles of brake fluid and just one run through just to clean everything out. So then you got a nice fresh one back in there again, you know. So she's all brand new again, and just going to give the old sway bar bushes a bit of a tidy up. Got the old CHEMZ grease eater, give everything a clean under here while we're here. And something I've noticed with the Series 1s, Series 1 AU, this is the Cobra version, It's a Bathurst version that they brought out, lightweight model. The sway bar mounts, the saddles mount directly up into the chassis there, and I swear this thing corners better than my BA and the series after this one. The geometry is different, it's way different, it's way tight. It's tighter in here, it's lower, and it's more direct. And the 1 and 2, and when you get to the BAs, the saddle bolts up to a hanger that hangs down from the chassis and is bolted probably about that far away. And I reckon that flexes. My other daily is the Herod Motorsport BA Turbo, so it's not a soft car, it goes. And it's built to go around corners, but it doesn't corner anywhere as good as this thing. And that's what I mean about the brakes on this thing. The calipers aren't big, the pads aren't big, but it's never worried me because this thing just goes around corners. Whereas my BA Turbo, and I reckon it's that geometry again. On the Turbo, I've actually snapped a saddle mount. I've snapped one of those in half, and on the opposite side, actually both sides actually, the hanger that bolts to the chassis for the saddle to bolt on for the sway bar, I've ripped in half. Just cornering, you know. I don't muck around when it comes to cornering. You might as well go around if you can do it. But this thing here has never given me any grief at all, and corners faster and harder. So I swear, after the Series 1, I reckon they need to, they changed it. They need to come back and do what the Series 1 did. Because this thing blows me away, how good it is. So just going to give everything a bit of a tidy up. I'm going to spray the engine bay with the old grease eater that when I'm done, when I get her outside again. I thought I'd give these bushes a wipe because you can't really get into them once everything, all the wheels and everything on. Give this a tidy up, good tidy up session. And and then chuck some wheels on and get into it. This is a cool car. I really like this car. It's probably why I've held on to it for so long. It's been sitting in storage for like 5 years. And I just sort of dragged it out and got it legal, got it a warrant, and took the rust out of the boot. But apart from that, the body's actually really good. Quite surprising actually. For its age, is what it's done. It's in a lot of Ks. Sweet, nice and tidy. I'll give the wheels a tidy up and you can go back on. Rock and roll. Alrighty. So these used to be the wheels that were on the coupe before. What are they? 18 by 9.5s with a 30mm offset. They actually sit perfectly on the AU. It's unbelievable. They're just perfect, eh? Currently I've got the 275s. They were on the coupe there, running on these. It works, but it kind of feels like you're driving a steamroller. It's so big, and it's such a lightweight car. So it was running 265s all around, which is awesome, and it's actually beautiful to drive with the 265s on. And corners wickedly, it's stunning. I've still got the original 5-spoke 17s that run 245s. I've got those on. I've still got those down the shed, but once these go on, mate, she corners like a dream, It's beautiful. So I've been keeping these on. These tyres are pretty tight. I'm probably going to drop it back to a 265 again, 35. And because it actually, it's just nicer. It rides nicer than the 265. It really does. I'm just giving the wheels up with some auto-sol again. Right, love the stuff, eh? It's cool. It's awesome. Really good actually. So, finally got all shiny. These are getting a bit tired for the coupe. Coupe thing, you show wheel bagging. This being a daily, you know. It's actually come up alright. So I'm going to spray some of this. This is CHEMZ Lano Shield as a protectant on that aluminium, and just prevents the water from sitting on that surface, because I polished them before and they mark really easy. Typical aluminium wheels, you know. I'm going to spray this on and just protect it a bit more and just make it easier to look after, you know. So, and that'll be us. Isn't it awesome how many products CHEMZ got? It's unreal, right? I got a box of stuff the other day and I've used everything. I've got the penetrate, brake cleaner, the grease eater. I'm not about to use the glass cleaner on the inside. Easy shine, liner shield. This is just we're just giving it a tidy up really, and that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm just going to spray it around. Just going to move it around a little bit actually. Just rub it on just to get it nice. And, smells good. Just like sheep apparently. Beautiful. Nice. That'll protect that aluminium really well, and that'll be good. That'll keep it nice and shiny. Because I'm pretty much just going to use that as a daily. It's actually, I'm going to see if I can move it. I'm not too worried if it moves or not. If it sells or not, I don't care. I love it. It's a cool car. So then we'll get some easy shine on the wheels. Look at that. Rock and roll. And wipe that around. Rag. Look at that. Humming. Tidy up. Look at that. Beautiful. Good to go. Chuck them on and we're humming again. Cool. Rock and roll. Good old CHEMZ products, eh? Man, I go nuts with their stuff. It's awesome. I love their products to bits, eh? Wicked. Right, into it. We're just about done. Kick her outside soon. Rock and roll. Alrighty, time for a clean up. This is the old VCT engine. It's this was the first of the variable cam timing engines that came out with the AUs. It's a cool engine, it really is, eh? I really like it. It's the Barrows have got the twin VCT now. These were 176 kilowatts, and the XR6 was only 185, I think it was. So there wasn't much in it. Since then I've chucked the headers on it, it's got the K&N filter and that sort of thing already in plugs, and yeah, just to breathe a bit more, and I chucked the centre muffler out, put a resonator in there. So I'm probably not far off in XR8 in kilowatts now anyway. I've chased a few. The XR8 has a bit more torque to get away, but this is a lightweight car, so I can chase them along sweet as, and I haven't had one that I can chase through corners to find out the difference between this one and an XR8, but I'll bet you this one will kick its butt. I already know from other cars I've driven. This thing's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, it's quite a rare car. They built these to compete against the Mitsis and the Subarus at Bathurst in the endurance race around the hill, up and down that hill there. So it's quite high geared, cranks along quite quick. When I compare this to my Harrod Motorsport V8 Turbo, another Davey, this one doesn't jump like the Turbo does because of the Turbo. The Turbo you can spool up and launch it in second gear at 90k and it leaps, that fair leaps, and then you're off, you know. But the gearing in this is different. And this one, it's quite deceiving. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, this thing, it really is. It doesn't leap, but it winds up pretty quick. So from 90 to 200 k's, over a marked distance, this is the same as the BA Turbo, if not a little tad quicker, because of the gearing in it. And I've had to play with that, so I know. you launch this in second, it's weird, it doesn't feel like it's launching, it just gets out and goes. Whereas the BA Turbo, you launch it and you know you're off. It launches, it's off, you know, it throws you back and you're out of it. Whereas this thing just pulls, it just goes. And at that same mark where I know I get to 200 at, both cars are doing it. So yeah, quite okay. So this is a lot more smoother. It's an entertaining car, it really is. It cracks me up, eh? It's probably the only reason I've held on to it for so long. I've had it for years and years and years. Yeah, I've just held on to it. Yeah, really just quietly thinking about getting rid of it, really. But we'll give it a tidy up. Give it a good spruce up. Got my old CHEMZ grease eater again. It's actually really tidy in here. It's not actually greasy. It's more dust and paint overspray from the painters when I did the rust the other day. And it's really not greasy at all. It's dry as. Sits in the greenhouse and staying dry. So I'm really just going to get rid of the dust and stuff, really. Because yeah, there's really no grease to get off. It's actually really good. Yeah, so it's really tidy up there. So I'll let it sit for a bit. I'll spray it off. Come and make it pretty. See if we can get that overspray off. Apart from that, this thing's pretty damn good. Cool. Rock and roll. That's what it needs. They brought these engines out in the later series, 2s and 3s, some of the specials. But they weren't a lightweight car, they were just a normal AU with a different geometry, suspension, sway bar in it. So, yeah, I like this one. If you can tell, it appeals to me. The dogs are going to go nuts. That's it. That's all I need to do. It's not a grubby engine, it's actually really good. It's done high Ks, I have to give you that. And, it's up to 333 now, which is, yeah, high I think. But look, it's clean and tidy and it still runs sweet. It's cool, it's a cool little engine. It's simple too. You don't have the drama with it, have with the turbo. So it's cool. So let that dry and then give it spray with some easy shine, I reckon, eh? Make it look cool. Rock and roll. Alrighty, we'll give it a tidy up with the old Easy Shine, CHEMZ Easy Shine. This is great, eh? I love it, eh? Take it everywhere. Makes everything new, actually. It's like all your rubbers and all sorts, really. It's nice. It's fresh. Because it's such an out-of-it car, this, I did wonder about tigering it, eh? It was just sitting in the shed, wasn't going to use it. I parked it up because of the Ks. I wanted to keep the Ks down, but I kept using it. And hence the Ks are up at 333. But it's given me no grief. It's just been a really good car. It's got plenty. I've done the stereo box, I suppose, and just your normal maintenance like brake pads and stuff. But apart from that, I've done all that at once. It's a simple car. It hasn't got all the drama that your turbo's got and all that sort of stuff, ECUs and stuff. It's just simple, which is good. That's why I like it. Simple like me. It's good. It's yeah, I had little thoughts about tigering it actually, because it's such a cool car to drive. It just hangs on. So, and it's low. It's already low. This is factory low. Everything I've done is exhausting thing. I haven't changed the suspension. Probably put better brakes on it, not bigger, just better. That's about it. I haven't really touched it much, really. I haven't modified it bugger all, because it's already a cool car from factory being built to do Bathurst, you know. So it was just like when you park this next to the V8 turbo, which is a Harrod Motorsport low, this actually looks like it sits a little bit lower. That's what I mean. It's a sheep, a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a bit of a shocker. It's a hard case. Yeah, I did wonder about tigering it. So I had a 5-speed in my EA wagon that I pulled out. I chucked in these engines, not a VCT one, but chucked in the engine, an XR6 engine into my EA station wagon with a 5-speed behind it. Pulled the 5-speed out of that. I thought about throwing it into this. It's too good a car just to target, really, to do that too. It's rare, it's really rare bugger all of these around. So, hell, I've still got that 5-speed, but I haven't really delved into turning this into a target car as much as I'd like to. Because I really want a target. I haven't. Self-control. Who thought I had that? Well, looking good. All new and fresh again. So I've done the stone chips, did the stone chips, and I took the rust down the boot lid. Apart from that, man, this body's good. It was really good. It's very much a lightweight body. Cool. Cool. Take the old lid down and take it back up top. Hey. It's fresh, baby. Alrighty, this is her. It's 1999 Series 1 AU Falcon VCT. This is one of the rare ones. Only 17 of these came into the country. 5 manuals and the rest autos. They're a lightweight body. They're 60 kgs lighter than the other factory Series A1 AUs. How they did that is quite sneaky. They used lighter steel or thinner steel, and then they heat treated it to give it its strength. The catch with that is that when you're heat treating metal, the oil burns out of it, and so they rust out quicker. And that's the catch. That's why there's bugger all of these things left, really, apart from being trashed. Is they rusted out. But this thing's really good. When I got this, I parked it in the greenhouse for about 3 weeks. All the doors open, bonnet up, boot up, and just fully dried it out in the greenhouse, just fully baked it. And did that. And then I jacked it up and undersealed underneath, did all the joins. And it was just all the dust that was in the joins of the body, where that's where all your moisture sits in your dust. And that's where they rust out. So this thing hasn't got any of that. The body is actually really good. Really good. So it's quite cool. And 60 kgs, you might think 60 kgs is not enough, or not much. But you chuck an extra person in your car and you know you've got an extra person in your car. So that's what it's like. That's cool. It's still got the independent rear. Same as XR6, the twin spoiler, the bonnet, the exhaust tip. That's straight out of on the VCTs and the V lanes, I think. The normal AUs don't have that. That's a factory 2.5-inch exhaust through, and then I'll put the headers on there as well. Like I was saying, there's no limiters, there's no rev limiters, no speed limiters. It's just built to go, really, built to go around Bathurst. They're a cool car, they really are. But, there's not many Falcons you can throw 275 tyres on all around. But yeah, it is better with 265s. I must admit, it is better. It does feel like a steamroller with the 27s. 265's nice, it actually sits nice. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's a cool car. I like it. It's cool. It's the original paint. I've done the front stone chips on the front, so it's got a few shopping basket trolley crashes and stuff like that. It's done some Ks, 333, and I've used it. It's been really cool. I've really used it. It's been a neat car to rock around in. I've towed the caravan with it, but it's really high geared, so it doesn't really change into high gear, top gear, if you've got weight on, as if it's talking. So it sucks gas, so I don't use it for towing the caravan. It's alright towing a little trailer or a little boat or something like that, but not your heavy things. That's where I use the turbo. But yeah, it's all pretty. Young shiny red brakes now. It's a cool car. It's a cool car. Yeah. I'd love to see it go to a collection, to be honest, because it's one of those rare cars. I honestly reckon there's probably only half a dozen of these left in New Zealand. I've seen the odd one pop up in Australia on eBay once in a blue moon. Yeah, no one really knows they exist. They just quietly snuck around chasing the Evos and the Subarus around Bathurst. So it's quite neat. It's a totally cool car to drive really. Sort of, you underestimate how quick this thing is because it just sneaks up on you. When they first started advertising these, there was a web page that actually told you the acceleration rates from 90 to 200. But with all the PCC stuff that come in, all those web pages got deleted. It's a real shame because there's lots of information about how quick these things are. But they all got quietly deleted, which is a shame. Because it's hard to explain to people how quick these things are when they get up and go. That's quite okay. But yeah, that's it. Cool little wagon.